Good morning. It's Thursday, July 23rd. I'm Tim Pham. Our weather team is calling for a weather impact alert day because it's going to be very hot. Jenny Power is working for you in the weather center right now. So Jenny, how hot did we get yesterday, and will temperatures be that high again?
Yeah, Tim, that is what we are looking at. So yesterday at the Spokane International Airport, we saw a maximum temperature of 96 degrees, and we're looking at another round here of highs in the upper 90s for Spokane, which is one of the reasons why we remain under this weather impact alert. But our alert has even now been extended to include Friday and Saturday, as our focus then is going to move to critical fire danger by the end of this upcoming week. So right now, as we take this live look for you over our Silverwood camera up in Athol, Idaho, you can see that the sun is rising. It's partly cloudy. We're still dealing with some smoke and haze. Right now in Spokane, it is 70 degrees, and the winds are fairly light out of the south-southeast at 9 miles per hour. But as we're waking up, the air quality in eastern Washington and North Idaho has been in the moderate range. However, where it is currently very unhealthy and even borderline hazardous has just been north of Moses Lake for that darker purple there on the screen, east of Wenatchee and to the southeast, or southwest, I should say, of Wilbur. So as we move forward, that's going to be a concern. We still have air quality alerts in place until tomorrow morning for all of these counties that are shaded in gray. This morning, we have been seeing a few isolated showers and isolated thunderstorms moving through northeast Washington and the Okanagan Valley, as well as parts of the northern Cascades. This is going to be on our radar moving into this afternoon and evening. It's why we have red flag warnings in place for the areas shaded in pink, because of the concern of dry lightning. Moving forward, fire danger is going to be consistent for the areas shaded in tan through Saturday. The details of this, though, in my extended forecast.
Breaking news here, a new wildfire sparked overnight in Grant County, south of Vantage. Right now, there are level 3 evacuation orders in place for what's being called the railroad fire. Here's the latest evacuation you need to know about. The areas in the red need to leave now, including all of the Beverly, Schwana, and those along Lower Crab Creek. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says some structures have been lost, but did not say if they were homes or not. This is a time lapse of the flames from a wildfire alert camera. The fire has burned about 750 acres so far. It has also shut down parts of State Route 243. WashDOT says the junction to Mattawa in both directions is closed. An evacuation shelter has been set up at the Wahlook High School in Mattawa. Our team is making phone calls this morning, and we'll update you as we learn more. Tracking wildfires in North Idaho this morning, the Upper Smith and Turner fires just north of Bonners Ferry continue to burn. The Upper Smith fire has burned about 1,000 acres, and it is 0% contained. Right now, there are no evacuations in place. Crews are continuing to work on containment, but it's been tough because the fire is burning in steep, rocky terrain. So far, the fire has grown to about 700 acres, and it is 82% contained. Fire crews are continuing to put out hot spots. A new Washington state law is changing what renters and landlords can do when it comes to air conditioning. Under the law, which took effect last month, most landlords can no longer prohibit tenants from using portable air conditioners, including windows, saddle style, and floor-mounted units. Tenants who plan on installing a window unit must give their landlord at least 2 days notice and follow certain safety requirements. Supporters of the law say that it reflects Washington's warmer summers and treats access to air conditioning as an important public health issue. With another day approaching triple-digit temperatures, local city and county agencies are urging residents to be safe during this heat wave. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones live in Spokane right now. So, Brandon, what resources are available for people looking to cool off today? Good morning.
Good morning, Tim. Yeah, this week, the city of Spokane Valley, and Spokane County officials sent out a list of reminders and resources on how to escape from this heat. One of those resources, any of the public libraries here in town, such as the Shadle Park Library as well. So a part of their messaging as well was to check in on friends, family, and neighbors who may be more vulnerable. So if you're having trouble with this hot weather, there are designated cooling and safe air spaces throughout Spokane. Again, you can find those at any Spokane County Library location and Spokane Public Library location. City and county officials also recommend visiting air-conditioned spaces like malls and movie theaters. And of course, when the temperature climbs this high, always remember to double check your cars. Don't leave kids or pets unattended in a turned off vehicle or a parked vehicle, and let them cool off, that being the cars, as much as you can as you start to enter them, because again, that temperature can quickly rise on up. Next half hour, we'll talk a little bit more about shelters and resources for the homeless here in town. But for now, reporting live in Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
Some important reminders, Brandon. Well, in a matter of hours, the man accused of beating and hurting his daughter is expected to be in court today for a preliminary hearing. 32-year-old Aaron Dyke was arrested earlier this month. Court documents show he called for help after his 11-year-old daughter began seizing in his car as they drove to a hospital. The girl was taken from Kootenai Health to Sacred Heart Medical Center in Spokane for more treatment. Dyke is being held on a $500,000 bond and could face up to 35 years in prison. New details now. A Coeur d'Alene physician was sentenced to 40 months in prison and must pay $1.25 million in restitution for involvement in a telemedicine fraud scheme. 70-year-old Dr. Antonio Becerril was convicted in playing a role in a nationwide telemarketing conspiracy to defraud Medicare. Evidence presented at his trial showed between February of 2018 and September of 2019, Dr. Becerril, who was a licensed physician in Washington, billed Medicare for unnecessary genetic tests and medical equipment, costing Medicare millions of dollars. What started as a dispute over Spokane's 2021 COVID-19 vaccine mandate has become a years-long federal court case. Last night, another step in the process as Spokane City Council approved more money for legal fees. KREM 2's Emily Fox-Million explains what happened and what comes next.
City Council meeting brought current and former firefighters back to City Hall as the Spokane City Council approved another $200,000 for outside legal services. The lawsuit was filed after more than 24 current and former Spokane firefighters were terminated in 2021 for refusing Washington's COVID-19 vaccine mandate. The firefighters argue the city violated their First and 14th Amendment rights after they say their religious exemptions were approved, but they were not given meaningful accommodations. The city has denied those claims in court.
The accommodations were all non-accommodations. You can quit, you can resign, you can be laid off, you can retire, you can take leave without pay indefinitely. It means you don't work here anymore. So it's not a true accommodation.
The case has already taken several turns through the federal court system. A federal district court initially dismissed the firefighters' claims, but last year, a federal appeals court said some of the firefighters' claims should move forward, sending the case back to district court. There is currently a trial scheduled for next March.
The City Council has been tasked with paying a bill from their legal defense team for $200,000, and we are here to talk to them about not paying that. The firefighters are interested in settling this case prior to going to trial.
Tuesday night's vote did not address the merits of the lawsuit. Instead, council members voted to approve another $200,000 for the city's outside legal services contract, bringing that total to $885,000.
They've already paid out, I believe, $685,000, so this would bring the total to $885,000, and we're not even close to going to trial yet. The trial is scheduled for next March, so 10 months away, 9 months away. And so those funds are going to be increased significantly before we go to trial and through trial.
Here's a live look at the traffic impact this morning here on this Thursday. Here's I-90 and Hamilton facing east right now. Traffic volume picking up just a tad, but still smooth sailing here as you get out the door today. So right now is a great time if you're headed out. Otherwise, no issues to report. We'll bring you another update in the next 30 minutes. New this morning here at 6 a.m., Eastern Washington University was named a 2026-2027 College of Distinction for the second consecutive year. The school was recognized in 8 categories: business, education, engineering, affordable career development, international military support, and nursing. The schools say the recognition affirms the work of the faculty and their commitment to student success. A big congrats to them.